When I was growing up, we used to have all kind of like future TV shows and cartoons and all sorts of things. I remember the Jetsons, how that opened up, and that was supposed to be our future. Nowadays, it's kind of a trip because there doesn't seem to be any, just doesn't seem to be much of that going on these days, and except for one guy, except for Elon Musk. And my question today is, why is he the only guy doing like crazy futuristic stuff? And the stuff he's doing is out of this world. I mean, all right, let's get started, right? Let's check it out. All right, so first, we know that Elon has SpaceX, right? Interesting footnote on the SpaceX thing. Somebody said the X looks like an upside down cross. I don't know. Do with that what you will. Anyway, so he's got SpaceX, and SpaceX guy. I mean, they got their own YouTube channel showing stuff like their blast offs and blast offs,
Attention
yeah,
all
their
operators on
takeoffs.
countdown 1. This is the final go, no go for flight 2 of Starship. Again, our T0 is at 7 a.m. Central. Raptor 1.
Go.
Raptor 2.
Go.
Stage 1.
Go.
Stage 2.
Go.
Copy, go for flight. Clock is rolling. 10, 9,
Spaceship,
8,
rocket.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
We want futuristic than
we have
that.
liftoff. Stretcher cut off.
Stage separation.
And that's cool shit. Yeah, so SpaceX is out there doing their thing, right? Sending rockets and everything out into space, and Elon's supposedly in charge of that. So, I mean, there's that. He's also got Starlink, right? So, Starlink is pretty cool too.
Starlink is a global initiative by SpaceX to create a global broadband network by using a constellation of low Earth orbit (LEO) satellites to provide high-speed internet services. This system is ideally suited to provide internet coverage in rural and geographically isolated areas where internet services do not exist. Starlink uses satellite internet service technology that has been around for decades. Instead of employing cable technologies like fiber optics to deliver internet data, a satellite system sends radio signals across space. Ground stations provide signals to satellites in space, which then transfer the information to Starlink users on Earth. The goal of Starlink is to create low-latency internet all across the world. However, Starlink isn't the only company today in the competition of providing internet via satellites. OneWeb, Amazon Kuiper, Viasat, etc. are all targeting this new thriving market. But SpaceX edges past everyone because of the following reasons. Starlink employs thousands of tiny satellites rather than a few huge ones. Starlink employs LEO satellites that orbit the Earth at only 300 miles above sea level. This reduced geostationary orbit increases internet speeds and decreases latency. The most recent Starlink satellites contain laser communication parts that allow signals to be sent between satellites, minimizing reliance on several ground stations. In the near future, SpaceX plans to launch up to 40,000 satellites, assuring worldwide and distant satellite coverage with fewer service interruptions. Starlink has the benefit of being a subsidiary of SpaceX, which in addition to launching Starlink satellites, also undertakes partner launches on a regular basis. Due to the significant costs involved, other satellite internet providers may be unable to arrange frequent satellite launches. Despite various big achievements by SpaceX with their Starship or Crew Dragon programs, Starlink remains the most frequently launched project by SpaceX. Elon Musk recently stated that SpaceX plans to do a Falcon 9 launch every week, and most of them might do Starlink launches if not any major missions. Even the upcoming Starship launch vehicles will be used to launch bigger batches of Starlink satellites and upcoming Starlink 2.0 versions in the future.
Crazy, right? So, bruh's just throwing up satellites. And he's bringing us like a Jetson style future. And why is he the only one? Is he like is he contracted to it? Or I don't understand how come there's not like, several different Starlink companies or, different SpaceX companies, or why is Elon doing all of this stuff? I mean, I'm not mad at him necessarily, but it's interesting, right? It's interesting. This is an actual satellite chain. Check this out. So weird, it looks fake. I said chain, I should have said train. Satellite train is what they're calling it. That's a trip. That looks really low for them to be just floating, right? That don't look right. That looks really, really strange. Okay. All right. All right. Speaking of space flight, right? Speaking of rocket launches, right? They're trying to put humans into space too. Oh my God. And check it out. This suit is crazy.
When SpaceX was developing their Dragon capsule, they knew that the end goal for this vehicle was going to be human spaceflight, which meant that a pressure suit was going to be necessary at some point, and Elon Musk wanted to make sure that the astronauts who flew SpaceX would leave a lasting impression on the world. So Elon actually hired a Hollywood costume designer named Jose Fernandez, who has a long resume of making superhero outfits for high-budget Marvel and DC films. Jose didn't know anything about human spaceflight. He hadn't even heard of SpaceX or Elon Musk until they hired him. Elon wanted Jose to create the tuxedo of flight suits, something that everyone would look their absolute best in. It had to give the astronaut a sleek and well-defined figure like a superhero. This is in contrast to the old space shuttle flight suits that made everyone who wore them look like a walking pumpkin. So the design of the SpaceX suit came first, and then Elon had enough faith in his technical crew that they would be able to reverse engineer it into a fully functional IVA suit that would be approved by NASA. That's why every crew that has ever flown a Dragon capsule has looked like they are about to walk onto a movie set. They all look perfect, and that's largely due to the fact that just like a tuxedo, every SpaceX suit is tailored for the individual astronaut. The suits are all fabricated in the SpaceX Hawthorne, California headquarters alongside the Falcon rockets and Merlin engines. This might seem like pure vanity, but the precise fit also has a function to it. By aligning the joints of the suit precisely with the physical joints of the human body in places like the shoulders, elbows, and knees, it gives the astronaut much greater range of motion and control when the suit is pressurized. Just try and imagine for a second what it would be like to wear airtight clothing. It's like walking around in an inflated balloon suit. The bigger, the baggier the fit, the less you're going to be able to actually move around. Then SpaceX engineers were able to achieve that sleek, minimalist look by eliminating all of the exterior valves and hoses that you would typically see on this type of pressure suit. Even looking at another modern suit design, like the one Chinese taikonauts wear on their trips to the Tiangong space station, you can see the big main valve in the center of the chest. Then further down the torso on the right, they have external wires and electronics. On the left is a hose attachment, and that connects into the life support box that they have to carry with them in their hand. So how did SpaceX avoid all of that hardware? Well, the first thing that they did was design the suit to be fully integrated with the systems of the Dragon capsule. So when the crew takes their seats inside the capsule, they simply attach an umbilical cable from the chair to a port on the thigh of their suit. This one connection supplies power, air, and a pressurant line into the suit. Astronauts breathe a custom mixture of oxygen and nitrogen that is managed by Dragon's onboard computer. You don't want too much nitrogen because it can form bubbles in the blood during pressure changes. The air mixture is chilled to maintain a comfortable temperature for the astronaut even during high heat re-entries. The astronaut's helmet has built-in sensors that monitor pressure and temperature. These feed data into the automated computer, so there's no need for manual adjustment by the astronaut. That eliminates the need for any external valves on the suit. And by eliminating all of this excess hardware, SpaceX not only makes their suit better looking, they also make it much easier for the crew to put on and take off. The old-style flight suits came in multiple segments that had to be fitted together, and it took several people to help get an astronaut suited up. That's not so bad during the pre-flight operation on Earth, but they have to get back into those suits before leaving the ISS, and that means doing it all in zero gravity with gloves and helmets and stuff floating around everywhere. The SpaceX suit is a much more simplified procedure. It's a single-piece jumpsuit kind of design. So the astronaut goes in through the pants that open up along a zippered inseam, then they just kind of stand up into the suit, step into the boots, and then zip the pants back up, and they're good to go. There are more zippers along the forearm section so that the astronaut can quickly slip their real hand out of the glove to do more precise work. Though the SpaceX gloves do offer a lot of dexterity, and they allow the crew to use the iPad-style touchscreen controls on board the Dragon. So these are fantastic suits, and they are perfect for the job they were intended for.
Hey, let's not forget Optimus, right? What a name, right? honestly, I'm starting to feel like I'm kind of riding his nuts a little bit, but I'm not. I'm just asking, like, why is he doing all this cool stuff and ain't nobody else doing it? Where is everybody? Optimus Gen 2. This mug walks almost like a real person, and it's folding shirts apparently. So there is that. He's also doing Neuralink, right? Create a generalized brain interface to restore autonomy to those with unmet medical needs today and unlock human potential tomorrow.
In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
Neuralink wants to connect our brains to computers, and now it's showed off a device reading a pig's brain signals in real time. But how does it work, and will it turn you into a cyborg? I'm going to break it all down for you. Elon Musk is at it again. This time he was unveiling a new brain-computer interface. It's called the Link, and he says that one day it could cure everything from paralysis to blindness. Now, I'm going to explain all of this to you using the Galaxy Brain meme. Just think, starting off basic, and then I'm going to blow your mind. So step one, the basics. Our brains are made up of billions of neurons, cells with long, spindly arms that send messages via electrical spikes. Those spikes in electricity travel between neurons in a chain reaction, sending messages to the parts of our brain that control speech or movement, for example. When you move your arm, that action started as an electrical spike up here, which leads us to the second part of the Galaxy Brain meme, how Neuralink plans to read those electric spikes. According to Neuralink, your brain cells are kind of like electrical wiring, and rather than just having neurons sending electrical signals, those signals could be sent and received by a chip. Elon Musk unveiled Neuralink's implantable brain chip, the Link version 0.9. It's a brain-computer interface designed to be implanted directly into the brain by a surgical robot. Same-day surgery without a big incision or general anesthesia.
You remove about a coin-sized piece of skull, and then you can just walk around right afterwards. It's pretty cool.
The chip plugs into your brain directly via tiny microscopic threads. They're about 1/20th of the width of a human hair, and they connect with the neurons in your brain to receive and send electrical signals. Importantly, Neuralink says these electrodes won't damage your brain.
If they're inserted very carefully, so that the robot actually images the brain and makes sure to avoid any veins or arteries so that the electrodes can be inserted with no noticeable damage. You sort of think, like, if you stab something with a wire, surely it will bleed, but actually at a really small scale, it does not.
Now, I can't believe I'm giving you specs on a brain chip, but here we go. It has an all-day battery life, wireless charging, and it's designed to wirelessly connect to your phone via Bluetooth with a range of 5 to 10 meters. And the whole thing, the chip, the surgery, the full cyborg experience, will start off expensive, but Musk says it'll hopefully eventually only cost a couple of $1,000s. He wants it to be about as expensive as laser eye surgery. Okay, so you're with me so far. I'm going to expand the brain meme. We're going to Sparkle Brain, and this is where it gets weird. Elon Musk did a demo and brought out 3 live pigs, one without a brain implant, one who'd had a link implanted and then had it removed without any issues, and a third pig named Gertrude that had had a chip in for 2 months. We got to see a live reading of the neurons in the pig's brain, firing in real time, specifically the neurons that were sending and receiving messages from her snout.
So what the beeps you're hearing are real-time signals from the Neuralink in Gertrude's head. So this Neuralink connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here.
We also saw the chip predicting the pig's movements based on brain activity. And we saw the electrodes firing and stimulating neurons and lighting up different brain regions. And that opens the door to some pretty game-changing applications for the link, beyond creating some kind of pork-borg. Neuralink's head neurosurgeon, Matthew McDougall, said the first trials of the link would be aimed at treating things like paraplegia. The company said it received FDA breakthrough device designation in July. Now, that's not the same as FDA approval, but it is a fast track to getting a medical device out in the field. But Neuralink doesn't want to stop there, and that is where we go full galaxy brain. There was talk of curing blindness by implanting the link in the visual cortex, treating mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, and addiction, connecting the link to a heads-up display so you could walk around like the Terminator. And then there were basic ideas like, I don't know, telepathy, replaying your own memories, superhuman vision, and the ability to see ultraviolet light. Oh, and connecting your brain and uploading it into a robot.
I mean, this is obviously sounding increasingly like a Black Mirror episode. Everything that's encoded in memory, you could upload. You could basically store your memories as a backup and restore the memories. And ultimately, you could potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. The future is going to be weird.
Yes, brain-computer interfaces. So this is Elon Musk too. Now, another interesting side note is, if I'm not mistaken, Mengele was doing experiments like this, and Elon Musk, in a way, is continuing his Joseph Mengele's experiments. So look, do with that what you will, all right? But why is nobody else out there? Why isn't there this like an industry? Why is Elon the only one doing it, and he's doing all of this stuff, right? What's up? Let's not even forget that he's like, Tesla is the industry standard electric vehicle, right? It is the industry standard. If you got an EV, it's probably a Tesla. They even doing semi-trucks. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is, my personal favorite is the Cybertruck. I love the Cybertruck. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Wait till that goddamn Cybertruck comes out. Dude, let me tell you something. That is the coolest vehicle I've ever seen in person in my life. The Cybertruck from Tesla. It's a stamped steel, electric, all off-road vehicle that's bulletproof. It could stop a 45 round. You can raise and lower the height so you can off-road on this fucking thing. It looks like it's 100 years in the future. When you're standing next to it, is absolutely the coolest looking car I've ever seen.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa, look at that Cybertruck take off. Come on! My goodness, I'm getting absolutely destroyed. Woohoo! That smug look while wearing that hat.
You look like you need to be on a register.
People in glass houses, Mr. Watson. Absolutely clear win. I think I could get a better launch though. Now my tyres have got a little bit of heat into them.
I don't...
No. The hat back on, please. This is much more comfortable. Come on, you know the rules. You'll be disqualified if you're not in the right hat.
I know the rules in as much as you make things up all the time, all day long.
Listen, get the other hat on. Anyway, let's do another race. New plan, I'm not going to hold it so long on the brake.
3, 2, 1.
I'd better start then. Woohoo! It's not going to be better than that. That was a good hook.
No hope.
Yeah.
You got a good launch though, I'll give you that.
Wasn't good enough though, was it?
No. This is really...
I make noises when this takes off. It's like on a roll. Woo!
Woohoo! think this is real quick. It's just not quick enough. I think I could probably get a slightly better launch and run you a bit closer, but not by much. Let me just give it one more go, just to be sure.
If I let you have one more go, can I put on my fisherman baiting hat?
No.
My head is way too big and I'm squeezing it on so hard to keep it to stay, and it's only on the front of my forehead.
The exact opposite of what it's like for you and condoms.
What's a condom?
Yeah, I bet you wish you knew.
As soon as that came out of my mouth, I just knew that was coming.
You see, Sam's just had one child. I think his child's 9 months old. He's now got another one on the way. I'm going to build up all the boost, all of it. It's like a bucking bronco when you get it on full boost. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Frickin' frick! That was mega off the line. I just got dropped. This doesn't like braking.
That was so funny. It looked like you were still in the race.
You definitely won that.
Yeah, that was a good launch that time. Did you have a good launch?
It was an alright launch, it was alright. It's still a thing.
So then what exactly happened? Well, the Tesla won. It completed the standing quarter mile in 11.2 seconds.
Now we have a brake test from 70 miles an hour. When we reach the line, full emergency stop. Truck which stops in shortest distance wins. Has your hat come off again?
Yeah, but I think I was a bit enthusiastic.
Can you put it back on, please?
Oh, sake.
Back on, hat back on.
It is on.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. I like you in that, it suits you. I'm not having a very good day. There is one last thing I want to do. I thought this race would be quite good. Me on tarmac, you on dirt, first to 100 metres.
Yeah, okay.
And you got to use proper launch control.
I know, that's what I'm worried about.
See what happens, right? Whoa.
3, 2, 1.
Come on! Listen. We always do best 2 out of 3. Come on, give me one more go.
Okay.
How was that for you? Was it sketchy?
No, to be fair on this thing, it's amazing. I mean, it's proper loose, but this thing's just incredible.
I reckon I can get a better launch. I ran him close.
3, 2, 1.
Come on!
I do then.
Optimistic launch, Mr. Watson, but I'll give it to you.
Might have been a bit cheeky. Okay, come on. This is the decider though, yeah?
Yeah, this is the decider.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no!
Come on!
Crap! You won.
Monsieur Watson, I do declare I beat y'all.
That was a brilliant.
Like, you see it in pictures. Have you ever seen it in pictures?
No.
If you see it in pictures, it looks fucking badass. But if you see it in person, you realize how big this thing is. And then you get it in it, it's fucking gorgeous. That's what it looks like. When that thing comes out, you can't make enough of these fucking things. These goddamn things are going to be everywhere. Everyone's going to have a bulletproof car. Like, Bill Gates is making a terrible choice. That's what it looks like. When you see it in real life, you just go, holy fucking shit.
We're building a wedge-style camper for the Cybertruck. Your space camper drops onto the bed of your truck and attaches quickly with just a few clamps. It's meant to travel with you on the day-to-day, providing utility with minimal effect on your truck's range. Double your secure storage space with full access to your truck bed and no modifications to your Cybertruck required. We're utilizing the Cybertruck's onboard air compressor to open your camper with the flip of a switch. Every camper comes with lockout bars for additional safety and a built-in awning. The Murphy-style bed is big enough for two with easy access from both sides. Reading lights mount to your roof magnetically so you can move them around. Your bed folds up into a backrest and tucks out of the way for up to 8 feet of standing room. Nearly every element of your camper has more than one function. Extensions stored at the foot of your bed become benches and tables that you can rearrange however you'd like for a comfortable zone or mobile office. If you need to be discreet or want a little extra security, you can camp out in incognito mode, where your bed drops down so you can sleep with your camper closed. Our base model has everything you'll need if you'd like to keep it simple. We've also made it easy to add on accessories. Built-in storage compartments can be accessorized with a drop-in sink, induction cooktop, and everything else you'll need for a full camp kitchen. You can move your whole kitchen outside with the addition of our back rack trailer hitch accessory. When closed, it provides an aerodynamic place to mount your gear and detaches when you don't need it. Resting on detachable hinges, your bed platform can become an exterior table, and happens to be the perfect size for an outdoor movie screen. Our rechargeable projector accessory is great for movie nights outside with friends, or can be magnetically mounted inside for date night. You can also switch up your layout with stargazing mode. Every camper comes with universal L-track roof runners to work with any rack accessory on the market. We'll be offering roof racks designed to host cargo boxes, your gear, and multiple solar panels. Our 220-volt tankless water heater mounts inside your camper for instant hot water to your sink or shower. You'll be able to move your shower enclosure around and collapse it for easy storage. Our design features several simple, reliable mechanisms that are made to last. Since your truck won't require you to carry keys, we've made it so your camper won't either. The rear hatch locks automatically when pushed closed and opens again when you lower your tailgate. Our base model camper comes in black. Upgrade to stainless steel for additional durability and heat shielding. We'll be offering more options for customizing your camper, including a logo delete or custom embossing. Be ready for any experience with a camper you can make your own. Reservations are open now for priority fulfillment at spacecampers.com.
So yeah, I'm happy to welcome a Jetson-style future. I was always looking forward to that kind of stuff. New tech, all that stuff is real cool. I just think it's questionable that Elon Musk is the only person that seems to be driving all of these things forward. And I want to know what y'all think. All right.
All right, so my piece of trash Tesla completely died, and because it died, it's got no battery. Because it's got no batteries and everything's completely dead. This is the complete battery, everything's done. I had to buy a new battery pack, costs like 26 grand. I'm not buying that. I'm not giving him another dime. But you see here, it's raining, it's dead. I can't access the inside, so I gotta see if I could take apart the cone. I got someone willing to pay 20 grand. I can't even access the damn ownership. This is 2022, people. This is what the future looks like. A brand new electric vehicle, you can't even access the damn thing because they didn't think about how to do it. Worst off, they made it so the air conditioning condenser unit dumps all the water on top of the battery, so my battery is full of water, which is why it needs a new one. And now they're saying it's not covered under warranty, even though it started happening during the warranty period. This is why you should never buy a Tesla, people. Thing's complete trash. Stay away from it. Here I am, working like an animal, trying to get the fucking ownership of the car, and I can't even get that. So, wish me luck. I'll post up another video and see if I make it.
Yeehaw! Your weapon, sir. Thank you, Stuart. Fire in the hole. I'm alive. Awesome. Way to go. We did it, Stuart.